Yes guys, how's it going? Emmett here, back today with another video. And you'll see here on the screen in a second, today we're going to be going over how it was that I generated a new client of ours, 12 leads within the first 4 days of going live with Meta advertising. Now the clients tried Google advertising before in the past, they didn't have much success, and they came to us saying that they wanted to run some ads on Meta across Facebook and Instagram. And this is their first time trying on the platform. And lucky for them, they've managed to generate 12 leads in the first 4 days with us, like I say. So I'm going to jump into it, give you an exact breakdown of how it was that we managed to generate these leads for the client and the exact strategies that we used as well. So, how I generated 12 leads in 4 days. Introduction. So the niche was in property cleaning and maintenance. So we were talking roof cleaning, wall cleaning, driveways as well. Service obviously was social media marketing. This was advertisements on Meta, Facebook and Instagram, and strategy paid advertising. So the goal with this campaign was simply to deliver as many leads as possible. We were in a small enough area, so I didn't want to be too specific with who it was that I was advertising to, just so that we could get the volume in. And the funnel can be seen here. It literally was as simple as this. Paid ads, taking the leads to a lead form, call out, I say call out, this is the client going out to the property to issue a price, and then eventually close the sale. And that was it. That was all that we implemented to get these leads through. And just to confirm, this was all done without organic strategy, landing pages, proper implementation of any sales funnel apart from the one I've just shown, the very basic one, and a website. Obviously the client has a website, but it wasn't involved in the funnel at all. It wasn't involved in the whole process. So just imagine how much more effective this campaign could have been with each of these implemented properly. And we do implement these within Lens Fusion Media, my company, and it is part of our service, and we didn't even do it for this campaign, and we still managed to generate 12 leads within the first 4 days. So just imagine if we had have had the full strategy, what that could have looked like. Again, this just goes to show the power of paid advertising and that it is still worth your time in 2024. As for the actual ad creatives that we ran on behalf of the client, obviously I can't show the exact creatives used. However, I ran 2 different styles of creatives, and both of them were before and afters. One of them was before and after side by side. So this was just a simple one photo here of the initial property, call it a roof, before it was cleaned, and then one here whenever it was cleaned. Before, after, that was it. And then before and after 4x4 was 2 separate photos of the before, so 2 photos, and it would be a full square with 4 different images, and then the 2 afters beside each other, before and after 4x4, and that was all that we ran. They were the only 2 creatives that we ran on behalf of the client. And just in brackets here, after 4 days, the best performing creatives would then be optimized. But the results were so good for all of these creatives that we managed to generate the 12 leads before optimization. We got all these results before we even had to excuse me. We got all these results before we even had to change the ad spend or scale the spend on any one of these particular creatives. It was the initial test that managed to generate us these results. Now, obviously, my advice for anybody looking through this would be that after a couple of days, you would look to optimize. But we still managed to do this beforehand, before we even had to take that step. As for the campaign structure, like I say, it was a small enough area with a small enough audience as well. With the area being restricted to a certain distance, I didn't want to place any restrictions on the audience for the ads, which I didn't. I didn't have any strict boundaries telling Facebook, don't show these people our ad, do show these people our ad. It was very broad. The only guidance I gave to Facebook at the ad set level, and this was a 30-mile radius, because obviously it's one man, we don't want them travelling too far for a job, and if it was only a 5-mile radius, you wouldn't return enough interest. And I used the Advantage Plus audience setting also. Advantage Plus audience, if you're not familiar with it, is essentially a rough guidance that you're given to Facebook. You'll say, I think these people might be most interested in my ad. Can you maybe try and show it to some of them and see how that takes off, and if it works, show it to more. And the only guidance I had there was for the age, and instead of having 18 to 65 plus, I changed that to 25 to 65 plus, and that was it. And that was for all genders, and no interest, no target demographics, any of that. and a budget of £17 a day. That's it. That's all. So across 4 days, that's £68, and we had the 12 leads from that. And I'll go on to the exact details on the leads now in a second. But before I get into that, I want to discuss the lead form. I didn't implement a landing page, as it's a reasonably low ticket service. The lead form is low friction, 4 questions, 3 being autofills. And whenever I say 3 being autofills, it was first name, last name, and phone number. So obviously they're going to autofill on Facebook. Centered around being personable, so as to improve the relationship between client and customer. And for those who are wondering, the last question that wasn't the autofill was simply tell us a little about your job, so I could get a idea if it was roof cleaning, if it was wall cleaning, driveway, whatever it was that it may be. Yeah, and that was it, guys. So just to summarize what it was that I went through. Obviously it was property cleaning, social media marketing, meta advertising, and we started with paid ads. Funneled the leads into a lead form where they could tell us about their job. We do a call out to the property, and then finally close the sale. All done without any of the actual proper marketing strategies that we would generally implement on behalf of clients. We didn't do it in this instance, as it was a call out a trial period, a testing period. We're going to look to do this moving into the future, but just to see if there was even something there for the industry in the first place. We just ran paid ads and we still managed to get the 12 in 4 days. And as for the iCreatives, simple, just before and after, side by side in the 4x4s, and that was it. And again, zero restrictions, zero target demographics, any of that. We just showed it to the entire audience and let our copyright and our captions and that do the targeting instead. And then the £17 daily budget. And the lead form obviously was very low friction. But yeah, finishing notes on this. Like I say, these results were achieved with paid advertising alone. Nothing else. No organic content. No proper implementation of a funnel. Any follow-up procedures. Any of that. It was just paid advertising. And to put this into perspective, 12 leads with an ad spend of £68. The cost of a job is between £400 and £800 for 12 leads, and it only costs £68 to generate these. Obviously, not every lead will convert. 4 of our leads are currently getting priced up. The client will attempt to close them whenever they go out to meet these leads. Let's say 4 more get priced, and 4 were poor quality leads. Not all 12 are going to convert. That goes without saying, and not all 12 are going to be suitable leads either. Even if 4 leads are closed in total, that's £1,600 to £3,200 in total revenue from £68 ad spend. That's a return on ad spend of between 2,350% and 4,700%. This is the client's first ever campaign on Facebook and Instagram for advertising. Find anybody who has a better return than that, then I don't know. I'll send a $5 your way, but leave it in the comments if you know any. But just imagine the results that could be achieved with the full 30-day period on the current trajectory. There's nothing to say these results won't get better. The more we know about the audience, the more we know about the people who are showing interest, the more we can target them. There's no targeting at the minute. Imagine we were able to implement that targeting to show these to people who are going to be more interested in just a broad audience. A proper organic content strategy to properly re-engage the current clients, or the current customers and previous customers that the client has. Proper implementation of a sales funnel so that we can actually nurture these leads, because it was simply a case of them handing over their number and us getting in touch. Imagine this is a case of us getting automatic text backs, reminders to call them every hour or two, so we can do everything we can to get in touch with them. We'd be closing an even higher percentage of, say, 4 out of 12. We could turn that into 6 out of 12, 7 out of 12, and before you know it, you're looking at another, what is that, 1,200, 1,500 extra in revenue beyond what we've already achieved. And the landing pages as well, we would then further increase the level of leads that we have being converted, because they're going to be of higher quality. But we still managed to generate 12 in the 4 days without any of these features actually being implemented in the campaign. Just bear in mind what could have been done if we had have implemented all of these. And we will look to do these in the future with that client. But yeah, guys, I hope you were able to learn something from this. I hope if you're looking at taking a venture into ads that you're able to take a couple of notes from what it is that I've shown here. Paid advertising does work. For anyone who's questioning it, it does work. You just need to take the first step, and you need to take the right approach as well. Right approach can be seen here. I've just gone over it. So there's really no excuses anymore. If you've now seen this video and you were considering it, it's absolutely feasible. You can absolutely get results with it. Take you back to the funnel. Something as simple as this. Quite literally just paid ads, lead form. If you're not in the same industry, it's not going to be a call. It might be a consultation. It could, whatever it is, you'll know your business better than I do. And then finally closing the sale. So it could even be a case of taking out this entire step, and it's an even simpler process. So there's even less complaints on that side. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have a new video coming out on how to actually implement all of these final steps, all of these actual cherry on the cake processes to make this as streamlined as possible. So keep an eye out for that one. But I hope you enjoyed today. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.